It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. This portion of the episode is called What Movies Has James Marsden Been In? And nice little pop, lock, and dropping you're doing over there.
My shoulder hurts. I haven't been to the gym in a while because my shoulder's been hurting me.
Really? How long's it been since you've been to the gym?
Like 4 days.
Oh, that's not that bad. That's like a good rest.
Yeah, I'm going back tomorrow. I don't know. My shoulder still hurts, though. So James Marsden movies. Ow,
yes.
It fucking hurts.
Oh, my gosh.
James Marsden movies, starting with number 1, Death at a Funeral.
Nice. I'm going to go with X-Men.
We go with X2.
Oh, I wish I could go further, but they fucking kill him off, dicks. I'm going to go with Sex Drive.
Nice. I'm going to go with Enchanted.
Nice. I'm going to go with Hairspray.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
He's also in... Isn't he in The Notebook?
Oh, yeah. He's the other love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the other guy that takes Rachel McAdams' hand for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I'm out. Honestly, I'm out. I don't know too many James Marsden films.
Wow. Guys, text us more or tweet us more ones or... Don't do either of those, actually.
Yeah, text or tweet because we don't look at our Twitter. And
I check it.
Oh, okay. You do check it? Do we have any activity on our Twitter?
We automatically post the episodes on Twitter, so that's
really?
out there. Yeah,
that's right.
Part of Podbean.
Fuck yes. Yeah, James Marsden. He's dope, dude. I fucking love that guy.
You mentioned the name of the movie that we did for this episode. It is
right. Sex Drive. And specifically, we watched the unrated version,
which is hilarious.
So funny.
Should watch the rated version because it is a funny movie.
Please do. You're going to be scared away instantly if you watch the unrated first.
Not even scared away, but it's silly. Like, it's clearly silly.
Fucking goofy.
To start off the movie, the director and screenwriter do like this silly 5-minute sketch where they're like, this movie's going to be silly and dumb with boobs. And then they like cut to boobs and then and wiener. And then they like show this wiener for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, where it's just like neck down and basically all you see is wiener.
Yeah, the unrated version means like they literally cut in and just added like a naked woman walking past the screen.
Yeah,
like,
were you a fan of that?
I mean, it didn't hurt my viewing experience, but...
Honestly, and I'm a heterosexual guy, and I like boobs. We've talked about boobs a lot, but I disliked...
You didn't like that because it's overdone.
Dude, it was just tits out of context.
That's why it became nothing to me. After a while, it's like, oh, there's that joke again.
They're just green screened in, man.
The other thing that I thought was funny was when they'd zoom in on like a wiener for way longer than you think. Or
like
a 4-minute straight shot of old man balls. Like, it was a funny...
That was funny. I think that's in the regular version, but for not that long.
Not that long at all. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Movie is rated R if you don't watch the unrated version. It came out in 2008. It's 2 hours and 9 minutes.
The unrated version is?
No, the unrated version is like 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
So that's only 6 more minutes of boob fluff and
it's not
dick
that,
fluff?
Yeah, they really just cut and green screened, added boobs and wieners and things like that.
You know what else I liked about the unrated version, though?
When they broke character and were laughing.
Yeah, I love that they added some bloops.
The improv. They're one-upping it. The improv that they were doing back and forth, and to the point where they're making people on the set laugh. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that's my favorite. They had fun making this movie.
For sure.
You can tell everybody loved making this movie.
Everyone, you guys probably have heard of this film. If you don't know it by name, let me just remind you of a Latin taco, of a Hispanic taco costume.
No, it's not a taco.
Or, I'm sorry, a donut.
Correct. Senor Donut.
Senor Donut.
It's starring Josh Zuckerman, Clark Duke, who's the guy from Hot Tub Time Machine, one of my favorite characters in this movie.
He's good.
Amanda Crew and James Marsden, of course, our favorite. Katrina Bowden, she's Miss Tasty. This was her first movie. I've never seen her in anything else.
I feel like I have seen her in other things, unless I've seen this movie so many times.
She looks like Sophie Roberts from Game of Thrones.
I don't think so. I'm going to have to give you a hard veto.
Now
she does?
Now.
Okay.
And Seth Green.
Seth Green's fantastic.
Kills it in this movie.
An Amish guy. We'll get to it.
The synopsis. Let's go ratings.
Let's do it. Ow. Stop smacking.
6.5 out of 10.
Keep doing this voice. What?
45% on the Rotten Tomatoes.
Are you Aaron? What's his name?
Aaron Neville.
Aaron Neville. Have you seen the Horatio Sands impersonation of Aaron Neville?
No, I didn't know. That's a very specific impression.
No, there's like an SNL skit where Horatio Sands is playing him and he sings the national anthem. And he does all the craziest runs where the runs are not fluid. They're the opposite of fluid, where he like, I'll just give you a little example. He says, oh, say, can you see? Yeah, and it goes on for so long. Anyway, with the ratings.
It's also rated a 4.8 out of 5 by Walmart.
Does Walmart have a team of movie critics?
No, but like, they sell the movie on walmartprobably.com and people have rated and reviewed it. But it's got a 4.8 out of 5 on
what
Walmart's
we should
website.
Definitely do.
Always check the Walmart review.
We should do that. We should go into Walmarts from now on. And you know how they have this fat bin of $1 movies? That's right up our alley, dude.
Yeah, that's good smarts. It's good smarts. It's good smarts. Do you want to guess the people like it on Google?
Wait. Good smarts? Yeah. What is that noun? What's a good smart? Like a smart tactic, business tactic? Am I offending you right now? Can you respond to me? Don't leave me hanging here. This is a podcast with two people and not just me questioning myself. And oh my God, stop, Alex. For you viewers out there that can't see this, Alejandro has a bad habit of sucking the mic like a dick.
No, that's not what I'm doing.
You were about to.
No, I was gonna scream.
Please don't do that.
Do you want to guess the percentage of Google users?
90%.
85.
Oh, okay.
Here's the synopsis coming at you. Lovable teen, Ian, has always been the best friend, not the boyfriend, and he thinks he's the last American virgin. Then, online, he meets Danielle, who is pretty, sweet, and really seems to like him. The trouble is, Ian and Danielle live in different parts of the country. When she makes him an offer he can't refuse, Ian steals his brother's 69 GTO and sets out to meet her in person and lose his virginity.
What a wild plot. First of all, I didn't know that the girl's name was Danielle. Her name was
Miss Tasty.
And I would never trust anyone online with that kind of name.
Well, the guy from Catfish should have watched this movie and he would have not been catfished.
Yeah, really.
I do want to say right off the top, this is one of my favorite movies. It's very, very funny.
Yeah, dude.
I really thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Didn't take much notes because I just enjoyed this movie.
Sat back, relaxed, and laughed. On the topic of being catfish, before we move forward, I'm going to forget this story, but I have little cousins, Matt, and Nick, shout out.
Nice.
That's a Filipino thing. You take the first name and you just double it. So if you were Filipino, your name would probably be Alex. I'm just kidding. That's pretty bad.
That is gross.
But anyway, they're brothers, Matt and Nick. And Nick growing up, even now, I think he's a sensitive boy, and you can tell that he really liked girls, and like he was very much similar to me, where he wasn't good with the girls in like middle school, and like this happened around when he was in early high school.
I'm not good with the girls now.
Dude, I've seen you like real good, and then I've seen you tank.
I'm only good in person.
But texting, you're bad.
People listening, and they should know I'm not good at texting.
But with my cousin, so Matt was his older brother by maybe a few years, and Nick was pretty prominent on social media. Mm-hmm. And what's even more fucked up is that Matt found out who Nick's crush was, formed a fake number, and like did one of those apps where he could change like, I don't know, like the name or some shit.
He did this just to fuck with his brother?
And for like a solid few weeks, made it seem like Nick was talking to his crush, only for him to find out that it was his older brother playing a prank on him.
And did she fall in love with his older brother because he Casanova'd her or what?
No, not at all. I don't think she had any idea that this was
weird.
happening. This is super weird.
That is weird. I felt like James Marsden relationship with his brother. So let's jump into the movie.
Yes.
Was just like my brother.
Really?
I constantly thought James Marsden was like my brother because I can remember my brother one time when he was in high school. We'd like be driving and he'd stop and he goes, "He's done this legitimately. I got a crush for you, Alex."
What?
He gay?
I ain't gay.
Like he would do that.
Wait, you would really say that?
He would say it like, "Yeah, hey, I got a serious question for you. Let me ask you something."
And you'd be like, "What?
You gay?" I'm like, "Fuck you, man."
God, dude. And how would you respond?
All the time. Well, I mean, what do you do? He'd always get me with that fucking shit.
How much older is your brother than you?
He's 6 years older than me.
Okay, yeah, that's a solid increment.
James Marsden is hilarious, bro. He has a beautiful car. They call it the Judge. It's a 69 GTO, a Pontiac.
Yes.
And it is beautiful.
And he's killing it. Like, you can tell from the get that this movie is loosely scripted, and it's like...
Oh, it's a lot of fun, yeah.
A lot of fun. A lot of the actors just get to say whatever the fuck they want as long as they follow a skeleton of a script.
Everybody's improvising a storm.
Crazy good. When the main character, what's the main character's name? Ian?
Mm-hmm.
When he has that sex dream and he can't get up from his bed.
When he throws the dirty underwear on the floor.
Yeah, and you hear it splat.
The poor stepmom gets fucked up and sees the worst shit.
It's terrible. First of all, everyone's coming into the room. James Marsden comes in saying just all the worst insults.
It's like, come on, get up. We gotta go right now.
We gotta go.
Right now.
Well,
no,
you can't get up?
Get up right now. Get up now.
You stroking your skin rocket or something? Some shit like that. Their father
pulls his
walks in.
pants down, or he pulls the blanket, and he's like, "Oh
my God!"
It's like your brother's 10 feet away from you.
Their dad walks in with big news, saying, "Guys,
eyes up, ears up, eyes up, ears open," like a coach.
Yeah, eyes up,
ears open.
And he says, "I finally did it. I popped the question, and now they have a stepmother." Who's still trying to fight for their kid's love.
She knows it's going to be a tough uphill battle. And everyone goes and gives her a hug. And he goes, Ian, why aren't you going to hop up and give your new stepmom a hug? And he's like,
I can't get up because he's booty ass naked under the sheets. He's giving them a thumbs up. And
I forgot this is a sound medium.
Yeah. And he's just like, oh, yeah. Like, great job. And she runs away.
She's like, he hates
crying.
me.
Like, he'll get used to the idea in a few months. And she slips on his jizz-filled underwear.
And then James Bond's like, what smells like jizz?
Yeah. Oh, man.
So he ends up catfishing this chick, convincing her that he's buff and sexy. And she's like, well, come and meet me. And he's like, I can't meet you. You're so far away. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, well, if you come here, we'll go all the way. Let me ask you something.
What's up?
Was losing your virginity that big of a deal for you? Like, did you have to make sure that you lost your virginity?
No, not at all. I was like not in a rush to do so.
Sure. Was that because you were not in a rush or because you just couldn't get girls?
Dude, both. Everything, man. I was like, if I rush it, I'm just going to scare more girls away, and it's going to happen like when I'm 26 or some shit.
Do me.
Hey, do you want to have sex? Hey, do you want to have sex? Hey, how about you? Do you want to have sex?
No wonder you never got one.
That's not how I do. Oh, are you any better, dude?
Anyways.
Let's see how you hit on a girl. What is your line?
Well, now my new line is, hi, my name's Christian Baltazar.
And that works? That's a huge compliment. Never works. They're like,
you motherfucker. I recently read, this has nothing to do with anything, but I recently read that in How I Met Your Mother, you know why Barney's such an asshole sleazeball?
Oh, why is that? I haven't seen it in a while.
Because Ted's telling the story to his kids, and he doesn't want his kids to be mad at him for stealing Robin from him.
Oh, shit.
So he makes Barney seem worse and gross so that the kids don't hate him.
So we're led to believe.
So yeah, Barney's probably not that bad.
Wow. It's kind of like...
Because we know that sorry to interrupt, but we know that Ted changes stories so that for the kids' ears.
Yeah.
Like he does it openly. That's one of the jokes.
Every episode is just a new story for the kids.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely from his point of view.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Did you have to read that up somewhere, or did you like kind of know all the time?
Just kind of stumbled upon it. I kind of had a feeling that like, I never thought it, but I always had a feeling like, Ted's telling the story. He could be talking about anything. He could make anything,
Yeah, it's in his own jurisdiction to make him seem as good as he wants to be.
Exactly.
And everyone else as bad as he wants them to be. I hope when you tell stories, you say good things. You don't like make me seem like a terrible person.
Well, someone's got to be a bad guy.
How do you describe me when you talk to me about like other people? Like, I'm doing this podcast with my friend Christian. What's the rest of the sentence like?
I'm catching up to where... So I'm doing this podcast with my friend named Christian. He's my friend who I do a podcast with.
That's it?
No,
that is such a bland description, man.
He's my friend Christian. I do a podcast with him, and he's.
And you stumble like this? You have no good things to say to me.
I usually just slap a sticker in their face, and then I go,
he's this dark brown
take
one.
a sticker, and I run away.
Okay, you don't even talk about fat Christian to them?
No, actually, I was gonna say that's usually what I come. He's my friend. His name's Christian. He used to be fat, but now he's skinny and buff.
Wow. And like, I'm always confused when you say that because it's such a backhanded compliment.
What do you mean? It's a good compliment.
I guess it is, but
are you skinny and buff?
I'm skinnier and buffer.
Boom. So I always lead with skinny and buff.
Yeah, you know how I describe you to people when they ask.
Strong, tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah, Gaston or some shit like that. No, dude.
French.
I definitely say like he's like kind of like that asshole friend that you have, but you like him. You like him. You keep him around, like, and he's just kind of a dick that you love.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and like I like that you're very happy and not apprehensive about that description because you're kind of just like, that's right.
Everybody likes a jerk. Nobody likes an asshole.
You've said this a bunch of times. That should be the name of your book.
Yeah.
If you ever write a book.
Yeah, we'll trademark it. Everybody likes a jerk, but nobody likes an asshole.
Yeah. Speaking of assholes, James Marsden was the biggest
douche. Yeah, we're doing a movie podcast.
Yeah, movie podcast. Let's get back to this movie. He had frosted tips.
At the end.
Yes.
Well, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
So
sleeveless shirts. Okay.
So they steal the car. They're going to go drive 9 hours to Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee.
The friends. What's Clark Duke's character's name?
His name is Lance.
Lance.
The douchiest name they could have.
Lance is a rich kid whose dad just throws money at him. You get that from the very beginning. He's throwing
his dad's
a party.
A dick.
He's throwing a party. Yeah, he's throwing a big party for everybody. And then when he sees Ian, he's like, "Let's just go, dude." He's like, "I'll pay for it." Blah 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 blah. He's like the cool guy. Well, he's not a cool guy. He just has a bunch of money, and but he does get a lot of tail apparently.
It's weird. It's such an interesting decision because this is not the first time that or Clark Duke has been casted as the asshole friend that has a lot of money and that gets a lot of tail.
I think that's a good character for him, though.
It is because he plays it well, but like based off of his aesthetic, if he were to hand you a headshot, you're not instantly going to think, "Oh."
I think his aesthetic best plays into his character on The Office when he was an intern.
Oh, I hadn't seen it because I hadn't seen The Office yet, dude. I'm behind.
Office, bro. Yeah, that's his face look like. But also this and Hot Tub Time Machine.
Fantastic.
Yeah, my favorite. He's my favorite.
That's another movie we got to do, but I think the first one did actually. I think it did pretty well. And we could do the second one. Yeah.
Blow me.
Oh my god.
This movie has so many like scenes that are like there's a scene where they pick up a hitchhiker and then that leads them to a trailer park where they're having sex.
And this is a star-studded cast too.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people from The Office. The hitchhiker. What's his name?
He's always wearing a cowboy hat. He's from Anchorman.
Whammy.
Yeah, wham. That's his catchphrase. Whammy.
His name is.
There's Abraham from The Walking Dead. He plays the hillbilly husband that like tries to run them over with a truck.
David Koechner is his name.
That's who he is. He's a good one. He's a funny guy.
John Bowie's in it. Brian Posehn's in this movie, bro.
Dude, they had just a bunch of like comedic actors come and have fun.
The two dumb kids, not the nerdy kids, but the two like stoner teens.
Oh my god.
The older son from the middle. That guy is one of my favorite characters.
So funny, dude.
Are they gay together?
Are they?
No, because they get a girlfriend at the end.
No, yeah, they share. They're not gay. Maybe bi if they're able to share.
Because I think they're like into each other for sure.
Yeah, I love their banter. They're just like how they hit on girls is so funny. It's never gonna work. And do you remember how they would do it? They'd be like, hey, you want to party?
Hey, what's your address?
Where do you live?
You like pizza?
Yeah. Do you want to party with us?
You want to hang out?
You want to have sex?
What's your name?
With a cock?
You want to come with me?
Hey, come on.
Hey.
All right, you're lost.
Bitch.
So funny, and
then they just move on to the next thing. I think they're hilarious.
So funny, and like Lance's character knows exactly. He's like, they're not bad at opening. They just don't know how to close.
One of my favorite bloopers is when he does the spit 3 different times. Like they have him like Hako Loogie 3 different times. Oh man, and Lance is right. He's like, they're great openers. Well, I don't know where they get the confidence from.
They just can't close. Yeah, I mean, because they keep going, but they have fantastic chemistry with each other.
So funny.
I would love if we landed a role. We should start auditioning together. Only have headshots where our faces are in the same shot.
Well, they can see pictures of us together. There's lots of those.
And we we got a bunch of those.
I have a feeling we'll probably get roles together if this keeps going.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
This is a lofty goal that I'm setting ahead of us, but whatever, bro. So they're driving, and a whole bunch of things happen along the road.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite antic that they got into?
Jesus Christ. They got into so many.
So they meet the Amish. So they meet Seth. Their car breaks down. They meet Seth Green, is one of my favorite characters in this movie.
Because he's so sarcastic.
Because he is, and like you don't know if he's being sarcastic or not at some point. He is being so dry in his humor that
that's how you would play his character.
Oh yeah, I think it's hilarious.
So dry, so sarcastic because they're in the wagon together. Seth Green.
The first joke is the car joke, right?
Yes, it's the car joke.
When he's like, oh, hey, that's a really cool '69 Camaro or '69 GTO. He's like, do you need some help fixing it? And he's like, you know what a car is? And he's like, yeah, of course I know what a car is. And then the second joke is,
when they're already riding
in the wagon.
And when they're already in the wagon, they were talking about the internet, and he was like, internet?
He's like, yeah, it's like when every computer's connected.
Yeah, like computer?
A computer, it's like I don't know, a really big
I'm just
calculator.
fucking with you. I know what the internet is.
Oh, good, thank God. He's like,
so
hey,
fucking
how do you
funny.
know these things? He's like, you know what Rom Springer is? Did you know what Rom Springer was before this
yeah,
movie?
dude. In Davis, I actually had to write an essay
about
Rom Springer, dude.
What?
And I watched this documentary. It's just like this portion of time while the Amish community, when the boys and girls reach a certain age, before they actually have to commit to the Amish life for the rest of their lives, they get this period of time. I think it's like 2 years.
Oh, wow. It's a long time.
It's a long time. I'm going to have to be fact-checked on that.
Otis.
But yeah, Otis, can you check that? But they could do whatever the fuck they want. In this documentary that we had watched prior to writing the essay, these kids were doing it all. They were drinking away. They were just partying every single night. They were some of them were just heavily depressed.
My favorite joke was when he's like, what do you miss most from Rom Springer? And Seth Green's like, the butt sex.
Oh yeah,
he's like, what?
The butt sex.
He's like, because I don't remember that in the rated version.
No, dude, they definitely spliced that in because
he's like the butt sex. He's like with like chicks. And he's like. Or not, whatever you're into.
Yeah. Like, because if you're into it, like, I'm down too.
And then he like tries to get. He's like, no, it's happening. It's happening. He pulls him back in, and he's like, I like when you fight a little bit. It makes sense.
And you hear the production crew laughing.
The director's like, cut.
See, that looks so fun. They're having a blast.
So they drag the GTO all the way back to Amish land, and they take it completely apart, bro.
Yes.
They take that GTO all the way apart, bro.
And it's already surprising that like there's like a team of Amish mechanics.
He's like a genius mechanic. He's a master mechanic, dude.
Yeah.
And then who ends up being at the Amish Rom Springer party?
Fallout Boy.
Fallout Boy, bro.
And they're not being compensated financially at all for
they're
this,
just
apparently.
Playing and the boobs. All these girls are showing their boobs.
Oh, these Amish girls just like
I think is in the regular version.
Maybe not for that long though. I feel like they
added it they made it like 3 times as long.
They played the same footage 3 times. It was pretty ridiculous.
That's the part that I want to talk about real quick because he sees Lance dancing with the girl. What's her name? Felicia.
Yes.
Who he has a crush on from the very beginning, but she's his friend, and she doesn't want to ruin the friendship and that high school thing. So, but he's so insecure about it.
Yes.
Like he can't handle her being friends with guys. Like even when she's dancing with Lance, he like gets all butthurt and walks away.
No, he walks away before they even start dancing, but he gets butthurt about the idea because when it all started was like it was Lance's party at the beginning, and there's always been this like connection between Ian and Felicia, and Felicia like finds Ian.
He's with a chick about to get it going,
which is crazy. Yeah, Lance is the type of friend. He's like he just has so much power. He just brings this girl over. He's like, hey, do you know my friend Ian? He's still a virgin. Take him upstairs and like do whatever. And this girl brings him upstairs and she's straight up just sucking on his fingers. Like
in a gross way.
In a gross way. And Ian doesn't know what to do. He's just kind of like, oh, wow, that's very suggestive. Oh, you put another finger in there?
You put another finger in there?
And he eventually just walks away. Felicia, the friend, finds him, brings him downstairs. She says, like, I have big news to tell you. I like a guy. And you hear this background music come in.
And I think you know who I'm talking about.
And like slowly Ian's face
gets
closer to Felicia.
Too. And he leans in for a kiss and she's like, whoa, what?
She backs up. That is one of my biggest fears.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, because I've never gone that far. Usually at that point, I just say, fuck it. I know this is not going to work out, but I like you. I've definitely...
I don't think that's ever happened. Although I did have somebody recently come up to me and being like, you friend-zoned me. And I was like, I did? And then she was like, yeah, at this moment. And I was like, oh shit, I guess I did.
That's insane. So you never even realized you had friend-zoned this person?
No, dude.
That's insane.
I guess I did. I don't know.
Wow.
Probably. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
For that person out there, if you're listening to this,
she's listening.
Alex is sorry. She's listening.
I love you now. You're a great person.
That's great. With me, I've gone so far to the point where like I wouldn't even call it a love triangle because it was
love triangle.
It was just like I had a friend that I used to hang out with, and he had liked a girl that I was really into, and like she ended up liking him, And that pissed me off. And it got to the point where I eventually had to tell her. And it wasn't the worst situation possible. She wasn't even talking to me like we were even close. It was like right before she got in her car. And I was standing so far away where she could be like,
what?
I need to digest this later. And she got in her car and drove away.
Wow.
Yeah. I wish I could name drop, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, don't. Let's get back to the movie.
Yeah.
I liked, one of my favorite scenes was when they're racing the eclipse and then it ends up being the two dumb boys.
Oh my gosh. That's right. Yeah, the green eclipse.
And the GTO, it's just like Fast and the Furious.
So fucking funny.
This movie is so silly and off the charts funny. Like it is.
It's ridiculous. You're not going to have like a break.
I was laughing out loud. I thought this movie was very fun. So then he meets Miss Tasty. He finally gets to Nashville and meets up with the girl.
They meet up at Big Boy, which is
sure
like
enough,
this themed
Bob's Big
motel.
Boy. No. The motel's across the street. Bob's Big Boy is a burger place.
Oh, okay. I'm so confused about the locations.
The motel was across the street, which had a weird firefighter motif. And then Bob's Big Boy is where he meets up with the girl. Ends up she's robbing him. She has a partner, some hippie partner.
Yeah, Bobby Joe or something like that.
Who has a gun and they rob people and like they rob him. She like shows her tits to him.
Yes, and in the regular rated version, you wouldn't see the boobs at all.
It's just from behind, like you just see her back.
Yeah, but then in this version,
you see her boobs for like 3 solid minutes.
It's a body double because it's like from the neck down.
It's hilarious. And then he comes and pulls out the gun and steals the car, and they're driving away. And Bobby Joe's like, "Hey, I don't know why you always gotta flash your tits every time.
Yeah,
I have a gun.
Why do you gotta show the twins?" And she's like, "Oh, honey, you know they're yours." And he's like, "Okay." You can tell she's the one running the show.
She's in charge. He's such an idiot.
He's like a sensitive robber.
I also think my favorite part is when the police do show up at the end of the fight. Okay, so the girls have a... Oh my God, so much happens in this fucking movie, bro.
So much. This movie
I feel
is
like we're not
wild.
even touching on any part of it.
No, you guys are just going to have to watch it for yourselves because it's going to be impossible to actually describe this movie in order. It's
because and then at the end everybody's there. Everybody's there. Everybody's hanging out, and then these two girls get in a fight, and it's like in slow motion, and everybody who's in their own fight and beef stops just to watch the girl on girl.
You know
fight.
what this is? This is one long improv long form scene.
Oh, it's
the
so
Herald that
funny.
we've been learning.
Yes.
You know how like there's like 3 different scenes that happen, and they escalate slowly, and by the third beat, all of those scenes just come together. That's what that parking lot scene was.
Definitely.
It was insane.
My favorite part about the parking lot scene is when the cops show up and he's like, put your arms up. And he puts one hand up. He's like, put your other hand up. He's like, I can't move that arm. I can't do it. And he like runs over and he's trying to tase them and he tries to pepper spray him. And he's like, the big man won't go down. Take him. And so they're shooting him with a shotgun, blow his arm
shotgun.
off.
And they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? These cops are stupid.
Trigger happy cops.
Trigger happy. I mean, who wins in a fight? These cops or Seth Rogen and Bill Hader from Superbad? Those cops.
Oh.
They're both equally dumb.
Seth Rogen wins.
Yeah, for sure. Seth Rogen is much better.
This movie is... I remember watching it with my brother and laughing even then. This movie makes me laugh. When James Marsden opens a garage and realizes that the car is stolen and he starts beating the shit out of the garage door.
He's ripping the garage door
Oh my God, how much fun that must have been filming that scene.
Yeah, can you imagine the director walking up to him and he's like, okay, James.
Just go off.
James, you're going to open up the garage door. Your GTO's not going to be in there. Just do whatever the fuck you want to that garage door. And he was like, okay. He's like smacking it with his head. He's beating the shit out of it. He rips it off.
Pushes it in, knocks it over.
Mm-hmm. All the damage to their house, and he just leaves it there.
Real quick, I want to ask you. I'm going to tell you. It had a $19 million budget.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we forgot to guess how much it made.
This is an important one that I really want to touch on.
Yes.
Okay? $19 million budget.
$100 million.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously.
It made $18.8 million.
Aww,
it didn't make its money back.
It didn't?
No way, bro.
Oh, the way you had like built up that question, I was thinking like, oh, it made its money back tenfold. Fuck, dude.
No way, bro. This movie sucked to tase.
But they had a lot of fun with it.
They did. They had a really good time.
Can you tell me where this Amanda girl's from? The girl who plays Felicia? Because I really like her. I kind of like that that slight goth look that she had going on.
She reminded me of Ice Princess, but it's not Ice Princess.
Very similar. They could play the same kind of roles.
She was the girl from Charlie St. Cloud. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I have seen that with
Final
Zach.
Destination 3.
I have seen that.
And she's the man. I don't know which character she is.
No, that's something we got to do too.
She's also in John Tucker Must Die.
Oh, I haven't. That's been a while. Is she just one of the girls that wants John Tucker to die?
I guess. Knife Fight. Oh, that movie just came out.
Oh, so she's still pretty prominent. She's still active.
She doesn't look like what she looked like anymore. She looks different now.
Can I see a picture? You have like a nice picture?
I'm looking at the googs here.
Wow. She is gorgeous.
She doesn't look the same, bro.
Do you like her? You think she's pretty?
I think, yeah, totally, bro.
Yeah?
She's not ugly.
Okay.
All women are beautiful.
Man, I can never ask you these kinds of questions because you're just going to throw that on me, dude. Oh, you're so happy. This fucking movie, you have a BPS?
The future is women. I do have a BPS.
All right. Do we want to hear it?
Clark Duke.
Clark Duke.
Yeah, Lance,
okay.
I think, is my favorite character.
Why is that?
He's really quick. He's very smart. I think he plays a quick-witted dummy, but he is very smart.
He's very calculated.
What he's saying. He knows how to like get women. He knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. He says his mind. He speaks his mind. He isn't afraid to be who he is, and he drives the story. Without him, he's the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. He's the shaman who understands what's happening in this hero's quest of a story.
I don't know if I'd compare him to Obi-Wan Kenobi because he's trying to pull Ian into the dark side of just being a jerk to girls so that he could get with girls.
But sometimes you have to be a little bit of a jerk. That's the box I'm going to stand on for this episode. Sometimes you have to be a little bit of a jerk. You don't want to be an asshole, right? Because when you're an asshole to women, then you're a fucking asshole to women. But a little when he was texting Miss Tasty, he had it right, dude. He was playing the right game.
Yeah.
When he was like, when she sends her the picture of the bikini, he's like, I've seen better. Like, that's how you play that game. When it's, unless you like really love somebody, you don't ever be like, this is the greatest photo ever. When you're sexting, and when you want to make sure that you're not blowing this person up too much, because then you're never gonna get any more. You got to be like, dude, that's all right, I guess. And then like, well, let me show you my butt, and you're like, yeah.
I guess my objectives are just wildly different. Do you remember the first time you sexted? Because I was bad at it.
Oh, dude, I don't know how
I was just way too romantic.
Bro. No, I don't even know how this is a thing. Especially because like we were from the development of like texting and when it became popular.
Yes.
So we've really like developed with this tactic and stuff. Now I'm not even really even into it anymore. I'm kind of past the point of like,
show me the real thing.
Show me your boobs. Like,
give me the real thing.
Let me see what you look like. Because my thing is like, I'm gonna see him eventually in real life. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Like, unless I'm really far away or something.
Oh, dude. Yeah, man. I don't know. So you said you're gonna stand on this platform where you're gonna advocate. Yeah, sometimes you gotta be a jerk. I'm gonna stand on the other box where I think times have changed, and I don't think you have to be a jerk to actually. And I think we're at that age where you could still be like a nice guy. Don't be a vulnerable guy. Be a nice guy. Be a sweet guy, and you could still get the same results, and you could still, do the deed. If you know what I'm saying.
No, gross.
That's
I like
gross.
to think, being nice is a backwards way to do stuff because you're being manipulative in the worst way because you're using your niceness as a way to get laid. That's fucking disgusting.
Do we have different definitions of nice?
What you should be doing is being a realistic person and be a little bit of a jerk. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to have this argument with you. You said you want to be a jerk about this, and you're saying being nice is manipulative in the sense if you want to have sex.
Yeah, because you're doing it for a false reason. Because you're over here being like, oh, look how nice I am. Don't you want to blow me? And it's like, no, don't be that guy. That's disgusting.
How is being a jerk any different than that?
Because then I'm just like, hey, come on, you got to work a little bit harder than that.
What? When in your mind... No. A person could think, this is if you're talking about like what you really want to say is this girl is pretty and you like her and whatnot. But if you're flipping your mindset to be a jerk specifically for the objective of sleeping with a girl, so you say instead of, hey, you're pretty, you say, so you could get the girl? That's not manipulative?
Have I said this in the past? I think the best line to say when you're trying to get a girl's attention is, hey, that's a really cute outfit. I saw a girl just the other day wearing the same thing. And I wanted to tell her, but I didn't get a chance to. You make it look pretty good.
You've broken that down for me in the past, and I think I've tried it once, and I butchered it.
Yeah, you butcher all my lines, bro. You can't say my lines.
But it's not like I put your name on it.
But like you should practice them a little bit because they're good lines.
I don't need to. I got a girlfriend now.
Yeah,
but I guess at the time, like with that dress quote, I tried saying like, "Hey, I like your dress." I think I saall someone else buy it. Like,
it's already.
Where'd you get it? I'm already timid, dude. I'm already timid in my pickup lines.
You got to be like, you got to say it with some pizzazz, with panache.
I don't have pizzazz or panache.
Who's your best person on set award, Christian?
I think mine is going to go to James Marsden.
That's a good answer. Yeah. That's a good answer.
For a film that heavily relies on improv.
So much fun, yeah.
Yeah.
But he clearly can. Death at a Funeral.
Yes. This guy has chops.
Very funny comedian.
Yes.
Enchanted. Remember when he was in Enchanted?
Yes.
So he can play characters. He can play strong characters like Cyclops, and he can play lovable characters in Nightclub.
Speaking of which, do you
Notebook?
remember in the motel? So since we did watch the unrated version and they kind of just forced the bloopers in there, when you hear Rex, James Marsden's character, knock on Ian's door
at the motel, right?
At the motel, Ian opens the door and it's James Marsden, and Ian breaks the fourth wall, looks at the audience, he says, Cyclops? And then James Marsden just screams at the camera. And it just cuts straight back into the story.
Yes.
It's so good. Okay, in this unrated version, was it me or were my ears failing me? But did they just
add
force fart sounds everywhere?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I noticed it before, and then I really noticed it when they're in prison or in jail, and she's talking. But that's the joke, is like she's talking to some lady who's on the crapper,
yes,
and is like pooping while she's talking. But there are other scenes where they just add fart noises
outside of
the movie.
They
yes.
add it in like the worst places too. Like in the mall when he's working and he's just looking around because he's horny as fuck, and so he's just looking at these girls. You see this girl bend over. This girl's wearing a G-string and she bends over, and you hear a fart noise.
The other one is when they meet the abstinence chick. Yeah. It's like she's climbing up the ladder. And you can see up her dress, and she turns around and she turns on, and she's like just a little fart.
So like now I'm confused.
What's your secret?
Like, am I supposed to like this? Am I supposed to be turned on because like my dick's just going up and down?
Did you think the abstinence girl was cute?
No.
Really?
I don't like her. I did not like her demeanor, her voice.
I did like her voice. I
she
had
her like
accent.
an okay.
I got a thing for accents.
Oh, you do? So yeah, she was a little a southern doll, a southern belle, and she was like, "Is this how you do it?" She was just
so
playing
what,
like this ditzy girl. Which this
and then he's like, "Is this how you do it? You trap guys into abstinence events?"
Yeah, and she comes back with, "I would have licked your asshole." What? She skipped so many levels of sex. She said, I would have kissed you. I would have hooked up with you. I would have had sex with you. No.
Jump straight to level number 9.
Asshole licking. There are so many different steps. Not in just a hookup.
And a lot of times you don't even get to that level.
No one does.
That's fair. That's fair if you never get to that level.
I've seen that maybe in like 2 different porn videos.
Oh, that's only 2? It's pretty common in porn.
Really?
Actually. Yeah.
No, I've only seen it in like the fake taxi videos. I can't.
Oh my god. Oh
what?
shit. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh fuck. Oh man. That's it. We'll end it there.
All right, we're ending it there. All right, see you guys later.
Good day
to you, sir.
Day. Follow us on Instagram, ICVTB Podcast.
And if you're not following us already, fuck you.
No. Follow us. It's nice. It's okay. We're cool.